What's up guys, Monoluma Mananana here, bringing you my first ever Halo commentary. I've got some pretty recent gameplay here, and admittedly it's not great gameplay, but I figured it would tie into what I wanted to talk about, which is the new Community Forge maps. Now, a lot of people were banking on these new small maps to kind of help bring life back into Halo, so I just wanted to get my thoughts out there and, pretend that my opinions actually matter. So this is a CTF game on Simplex, and it's actually the first game I played on Simplex. I have seen videos of it, which is why I know where the weapons and stuff are, but yeah. Simplex is probably my favorite Halo 4 map. It's got that classic competitive Halo arena style to it, and it really sticks to that general formula of competitive Halo maps. So if you don't know, that's basically a small symmetrical or semi-symmetrical map with an upper and lower level, two bases that are part of 4 distinct quadrants, and an elevated middle platform. And yeah, this map really sticks to that, and it flows really well. The way they have all the ramps, and there's different jumps, and just allows for really smooth movement around the map. You're never pressured or influenced by the map to move in one certain direction just because of the spawn you got. There's always different ways to go. You can change up the gameplay a lot. And it's a good size for weapon variety also. Obviously the DMR is better for shooting across the map, but the BR can work just fine, especially inside the bases, more close quarter stuff. It works. So yeah, overall probably my favorite map in the game right now. But next up there's Relay, which is the Forge map that came out with the game but was never in any playlists. And you can kind of tell 343 made this map because it feels too big. It's got that arena style feel to it with the outer ring and middle platform and all that, but it's too big. No one ever goes into the middle because it's too wide open and there's no real incentive to do it. You go out there, you're not going to be able to get all the way across. If you try and do it, you're going to get killed. I think maybe rockets spawn out there, but they only spawn one time, I do believe, so again, no one ever uses it. And also, the map is too big for a BR. You have to use a DMR on that map. There's no way you're going to get shots on the guy across the map with a BR. And even some of the hallways on the outer edge are kind of long for a BR. So obviously the DMR is the only thing you can really be successful with on this map. But, ignoring the size, it's still a decent map. It's got that run around the outer circle and kill people you run into kind of thing going, and it works. So not a bad map, but, not one of the better ones. Now, there was only one map made on Rust, and I kind of like Rust to forge on, but that map is Despair. And once again, this map is too big. It's got a cool concept. I do really like that rank 2 top middle area, but the whole map is like 2 or 3 times too big. The only way to get from the ground to the top level is either man cannon yourself 100 feet in the air and get shot by everyone, or go all the way to the edge of the map and take a ramp that the other team is probably on top of anyway. This map feels like an uphill battle the whole time, because you're constantly spawning on the bottom and then trying to go to the closest ramp just to get up to rank 2. And if one team already has top control, they can see down into the spawn areas from rank 2 anyway, and you're going to get spawn killed. I do like that the snipers actually spawn on the map like they should, and I do like the way the boxes are set up, I guess inside the bases, because I know at least in 2 of the sections I think you can do jumps up on the boxes to get rank 2, but it's kind of a tricky jump, and it still feels like you're working way too hard just to get up one floor. So again, I do really like the idea of the map. That middle area is really cool, but overall it just feels too big to me, and I'm not a big fan of it. Next up is a map that a lot of people seem to like, which is Scythe, I think it's pronounced. Now, I've had some good games on Scythe and some bad games, and the map itself seems kind of random, and I feel like the gameplay reflects that. It's a simple design, basically just rooms and hallways, but at the same time, I kind of feel like the rooms are each like separate pieces that they just came together, and that's what I mean by random. Like, the rooms don't really reflect each other, just kind of their own thing. It's definitely a decent map, and I do like it. I really like the 2 areas where the sniper and the railgun spawn, and it's really cool the way they have the rocks in the bottom and then the platforms on top. It looks nice, but overall I'm pretty indifferent about this map. You know, it's better than some maps that came out, and it's not that I dislike the map, but it's not a map that I'm really like excited to play on. So, you know, whatever that means. Now there's 2 more maps left to talk about. I am saving one of them for last because I have a little bit of a rant about that. But right now we'll talk about Garrett, which is a really interesting map. It's different from almost all other Halo maps in the sense that there doesn't really seem to be any power positions. You know, most maps have like 1 or 2 places where a lot of the action happens and people just tend to gravitate towards, but this one doesn't really seem to have that. It's just a really simple, really balanced map, and I think that makes it really fun. You know, it's got the 2 base symmetrical thing going on, it's got that platform in the middle, and I don't think there's power weapons though. So it just really comes down to your teamwork and your shot. You know, it really simplifies things, and I feel like that's what people have kind of been looking for in Halo. They want to bring it back to basics, nothing complicated, and I feel like this map really does that. So I do really like it, and I really hope it stays in the game. But the map I saved for last is the Lockout remake. This map sucks. The only good thing about it is that it's based off a map that was actually made with a thought process, which is the original Lockout. Now maybe my opinions are biased, you know, because I played so much Halo 2 and Halo 3, and I really want to know if other people agree with me on this, but I don't like this map. It's way too big. I know they said they had to make it bigger because of sprint, but honestly I don't even think the sprint in Halo 4 is that much faster than the movement speed in Halo 3. And even with sprint, this map feels too big. I mean, for example, you spawn at bottom blue. You used to just be able to jump backwards and be in the lift, but now it takes like 3 seconds to get across the room and get into the lift, and it just doesn't feel right. And not only is the map like 7 times bigger than it should be, but they used pre-made pieces for the BR tower and the library, which were scaled to the smaller map size. So now the whole scaling of the map is off because they have 2 of the main buildings that are smaller than everything else. And, you know, again, maybe I'm just too used to the old Lockout, but I really don't think this map plays well. They took out the shotgun, so there's no reason to go into Green Hall. And the map is so big that none of the jumps are there. And of course, you know, anyone who loved Lockout from Halo 2 loved the jumps. So, like, that really sucks. Some of the times the lift doesn't even work. You know, you can get stuck. And that's frustrating. For a map that should be in matchmaking, that shouldn't be happening. So maybe I'm alone on this, but this map frustrates the hell out of me. That's basically, you know, all I have to say, and I really want to hear what you guys have to think. You know, do you agree or disagree with me? Am I just a noob? Did you sleep with my mom? You know, whatever you want to say, just please let me know, because I really want to see what you guys think, see if you agree with me, because I'm definitely a little more hopeful now that these maps are up. You know, and hopefully 343 will keep adding these maps and keep making changes to the game to make it a little better. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon.
Kill their carrier. Flag joust. Protect your flag. Flag reset. Flag kill. Game over. Victory.